gas exchange. In this activity, respiratory gas exchange, two main points will be covered. Respiratory gas exchange at level of lungs and respiratory gas exchange at level of tissues or cells. First, let me tell you the meaning of gas exchange. Gas exchange means taking a gas and releasing another. Also, you have to know that the respiratory gases, which I mean that the gases involved in respiration process, are oxygen and carbon dioxide. So, the gases that are exchanged at level of the lungs and at the level of organs or tissues are oxygen and carbon dioxide. In this slide we can review activity 1. As we said before, that air passes from nasal cavities to the trachea, reaching the lungs. Inside the lungs, or inside each lung, each bronchus ramifies into bronchioles, and at the end of each bronchiole there are bundles of air sacs that we call pulmonary alveoli. Notice here the alveoli are surrounded by blood capillaries. So, in this activity we are going to see how respiratory gases diffuse from alveoli to blood capillary and from the blood capillary to alveoli. Also, we are going to study the diffusion of respiratory gases from the blood capillaries to the tissues and from tissues to blood capillaries. Now, in this slide, I'm going to show you the principle of diffusion. What do we mean by diffusion? Let's say that this medium is medium 1. This medium is medium 2. At the beginning, if we count the number of these red circles, let's say that these red circles represent oxygen gases. Medium 1 is rich in oxygen gas, medium 2 is poor in oxygen gas. According to the concentration gradient, oxygen gas diffuses from the medium which is rich to the medium which is poor. So, let's see here what happened. Oxygen gas diffuses from medium 1 to medium 2. So, diffusion of respiratory gases take place from high concentration medium, which is medium 1, to low concentration medium, which is medium 2. Notice here, when medium 2 become rich and medium 1 become poor, then oxygen gases or oxygen particles diffuse again from medium 2 to medium 1. So, the principle of diffusion is diffusion takes place from high concentration medium to low concentration medium. We mean here that oxygen particles or oxygen gas diffuses from medium which is rich in oxygen to a medium which is poor in oxygen. Let's see now what happened at the level of lungs. In this document, we can see alveolus, one alveolus, surrounded by blood capillary. The air inside the alveolus is rich in oxygen because it's the inhaled air, and usually the inhaled air is rich in oxygen. We can see here the blood that is entering the alveolus, colored in blue. This blood that is entering the alveolus, it is coming from organs, for sure that it's coming from the organs. We know that the blood make a connection between the alveolus or the alveoli and the organs. So the blood that is entering the alveolus, it's coming from the organs. It is poor in oxygen, and the alveolus is rich in oxygen because it's filled with inhaled air. So read this box. Blood entering the alveoli is coming from the organs. It is poor in oxygen. The alveoli is rich in oxygen. So according to the concentration gradient, and as we said in the diffusion principle, oxygen diffuses from alveoli to the blood. So from high concentration medium to low concentration medium. Now, blood leaving the alveoli, it is going to the organs. Now it is rich in oxygen. What happens at the level of tissues or oxygen or organs? Oxygen will be absorbed and CO2 will be released. So, the blood which is coming from the organs, it is rich in CO2, but it is poor in O2. Let's see these two boxes together. This is blood coming from organs, which is entering the alveolus. It's the same. So it is rich in CO2, and at the same time, it is poor in oxygen. Inside the alveolus, the air is rich in oxygen and poor in carbon dioxide. So what can I conclude here? Since alveolus is rich in oxygen and poor in carbon dioxide, and since the blood entering the alveolus is rich in carbon dioxide and poor in oxygen, so oxygen diffuses from alveolus to blood and carbon dioxide diffuses from blood to alveolus. So, what is the gas exchange that takes place at the level of lungs? At level of lungs, oxygen diffuses from alveoli to blood capillary. Carbon dioxide diffuses from blood capillary to the alveoli.